Can you share? Can you see my screen? If someone can confirm, I cannot see you.
Not yet.
Yes, now we see. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And in the presenter's mode, right?
Nope, not the case. Not the presenter's mode.
Okay. What about now?
Nope.
Yes.
I think you first need to put it in the presenter's mode, then go to the Teams and share that screen.
If I put on the presenter's mode, then I won't have access to the Teams. Okay, what about now?
Now it's great.
Okay, good. So let's start. So the first open call under the HighFive. So what is HighFive in very briefly? So it's a project funded under the I3 scheme by ESMEA. And the general goal of the project is basically to foster and enable and facilitate actions oriented by SMEs, either for implementing or bringing to the market innovative digital solutions that address challenges specifically from the food processing industry. And how are we going to do that? Basically by implementing two open calls. Today I will present to you the first one. By providing customized support actions on an individual and on a collective level, and by extracting all the good results and the lessons learned throughout the duration of the project and valorize them within the smart sensors for agri-food network and transfer them to European stakeholders. Here to mention that the HighFive is one of the children of the SS4EF partnership. And in total, there will be more than 9 million euros dedicated to tangible and non-tangible company support actions. So let's go to today. As I said, I will present to you the first open call, and these are the challenges starting off that we have already identified from previous actions and previous projects, and the challenges that we would like to address via the actions of the HighFive and the supported actions from the HighFive. So the four main challenges related to the food industry is improved efficiency, sustainable production and product, improved food safety, and higher quality. So how are we going to address these challenges? We thought that for this purpose, we would like to see solutions that would be included under these four thematic priorities. So the solutions that we would like to see from your innovation projects would be related to sensors that would monitor real-time critical control parameters, sensors integration and implementation, smart data management from data to information to action, and connectivity in food companies and in the food value chain. So what is the target scope of the open call and what do we want to see? So eligible activities are the activities that will contribute to the further development and to the implementation of already tested either solutions, products, services, or technologies in a real environment, in an operational environment, meaning that we are looking at TRL 6 and above. and a clarification about what do we mean about specifically food processing. I know that it might be pretty clear to everyone, just to be sure about it, that we are talking about any method that is used to turn the fresh food into food products. And that can involve one or a combination of different processes, including washing, chopping, pasteurizing, freezing, etc. And food processing also includes just adding ingredients to the food, like, for example, to extend the shelf life, but definitely no primary production. So we are looking for solutions that will address challenges specifically for the food processing industry. So which are the target groups of the open call? We are looking at food processing companies, at digital solution providers for the food processing industry, and process technology providers. And of course, we are always talking about SMEs. Since we are under the I3 scheme, we have the interregional within our requirements, which means that we also have the geographical restriction, which means that the SME eligible are only the SMEs that are based in one of the regions that you can see in the map on your left. So these are the regions that are represented within the consortium of the HighFive. These are the regions that are represented by the partners of the HighFive, and only SMEs that are based in these regions can apply for the open call. Of course, all the details and all the information are already available, and you can find the information that is presented here also in the terms and conditions, the document that is provided in the web page, in the dedicated web page of the project. So just a look on the roadmap and the timeline of the open call. So we have already launched the call on the 15th of June. It will be open for submission from the 15th of June until the 31st of August. It will take maximum 2 months, meaning up until 31st of October, for us to check the eligibility of the proposals, to evaluate the proposals, and to select the funded projects. Maximum 30 days, meaning we are going to 30th of November 2023 in order to sign the sub-grant agreement with the successfully funded projects. And we expect that the start of the innovation projects, the actual implementation of the project, will take place between the 1st of November 2023 and 15th of January 2024. And the maximum duration of the innovation projects can be up to 12 months. Regarding the evaluation criteria, so there are 3 sections that will be evaluated on your proposal, which is one on the technical excellence, feasibility and viability, the innovation part, and the impact section. Of course, you can see the details for each one of the sections. And the scoring mechanism is the following. The technical excellence, feasibility and viability part can receive up to 40 points, the maximum score, the innovation 30 points, and the impact 30 points as well. We will of course have the threshold that each proposal needs to meet. We have the individual criterion threshold, which is 50% of the maximum score per criterion, which is 20, 15, and 15 respectively. And the overall threshold, which is the sum of the 3 individual scores, needs to be at least on 70 points. The evaluation process. All submitted innovation project applications will be assessed by the application review panel, which will be consisted of the HighFive partners. 3 reviewers per application will be assigned, and of course we will make sure that there will be no conflict of interest, so the evaluators won't be able to assess the proposals that will be submitted from their own regions. As I've mentioned, the assessment period will take maximum 2 months, starting from the closing date of the open call for the innovation projects. and all the applicants will receive an email about the outcome, whether it is a positive or a negative. And of course, the ones that will be successful will receive also the instructions for the next step. The successful applicants also will request to sign the formal subgrant agreement with the HighFive coordinator within the 30 days of the success. So what we expect as a deliverable from your proposals. So each one, of course, of the proposals can indicate the deliverables that would like to prepare and submit within the duration of the project. But as a requirements, we have 3 mandatory deliverables that you will be required to submit anyway. One of them is the business and investment plan. The second one will be a report with a list of the remaining bottlenecks. And finally, material for official communication purposes. So there is no specific rate of your budget that needs to be assigned for communication purposes, but bear in mind that you will need to spend some of your budget in the preparation and the submission of the relative material. About the monitoring and the reporting process. So maximum 1 month after the end of the reporting period, which the reporting periods will be defined in the sub-grant agreement. Each beneficiary needs to provide an overall performance progress report for the project, the respective deliverables that would validate the work, which are the deliverables that I mentioned earlier, and a brief financial statement with the expenses for the reporting period. And the payment schedule. So for all the projects that will receive the financial support, there will be a pre-financing payment within 30 days from the signature of the sub-grant agreement. The payment will take place either within 2 or 3 installments, depending on the project's duration. And as you can see, if your project is up to 6 months or less, there will be 2 installments. The pre-financing within the 30 days from the signature, which will be the 60%, and the final payment within 30 days after the completion of the assessment of the final progress performance report, which would be the remaining 40%. If your project is between 7 and 12 months, then the pre-financing payment will be the same as the previous. There will be a midterm payment within 30 days after the assessment of the midterm report, which will be the 30%. And the final payment, as in the previous case as well, 30 days after the completion and the review of the final progress performance report, which will be the remaining 30%. So pretty much that was it. I have gathered all the information in slides and the requirements also in general. So the important dates and information that you need to keep in mind. So 15th of June to 31st of August. The regional requirement that you need to cover, the geographical restriction, the maximum funding of 60K per SME or 120K per project, the 12-month project duration, and in total for this open call, there will be 900,000 euros dedicated, which means at least 15 SMEs will be funded. And of course, the TRL 6, as I've mentioned, that we are already looking for solutions that have already been developed, and we want them to be further developed and implemented in an operational environment. As I've mentioned, all the information in very detail is described in the terms and conditions in the application documents that you can find in the web page of the project. Some conditions, again, gathered conditions that will help you keep in mind the most important information is that the project can be either from a single or a collaborative between 2 SMEs located in regions, of course, that are represented by the consortium. The two SMEs are not mandatory to be from different NUTS2 regions, but since we are, as I mentioned, under I3 scheme, the interregional aspect needs to be addressed within your proposal. And as I've mentioned, the TRL 6 requirement. Again, 60K per SME, 120K per project. The funding rate is 100% lump sum. The project duration maximum 12 months, and the eligible costs includes the staff costs, which can be maximum to 80% of the total budget, external expertise, travel costs, the depreciation costs of equipment and consumables. So if you would like to apply, you can check out all the information, as I mentioned, to the webpage of the project. Under the section of the open calls, you can find the terms and conditions, and you can find all the details that you will need in order to be able to submit your proposal. If you would like to get some inspiration from already existing examples from our previous actions, you can have a look at the S3 food projects that were also funded and implemented in this project. And in general, you can get in touch with us in order during this period of the preparation of your proposal. Each one of the regions has a regional contact point. The regional contact point, of course, they come from the partners that are based also in the specific regions. You can find the list of the regional contact points in the document of the terms and conditions. So each one of you can get in touch with the company that is representing your region and ask anything that you would like regarding the call. So I think this is it from my side. And please feel free to ask any questions or clarifications regarding the call. You can also write in the chat if you would like any questions.
Hi, I wanted to ask, is there a level of TRL that you have to finish at, or did I miss this one somewhere in the presentation?
The TRL is at least, no, the TRL is the minimum, which is the TRL 6. Anything above that, from TRL 6 and above, it is eligible for the open call.
Thank you.
I believe a question was which one is supposed to be ended with, not started, which TRL?
Could you please repeat? I could not hear you clearly.
Yes, you mentioned you have to start with at least TRL 6, but which one is like wished outcome? Which level TRL after finishing the project?
Oh, so yeah, as I've mentioned, so the requirement is about the initial TRL, which is the TRL 6. About the end of the project, anything above TRL 6 is acceptable.
Thanks.
Just shortly to confirm, so for the equipment, only depreciation costs, nothing, and consumables. No equipment should be bought from here, right?
Regarding the equipment, we will be covered as eligible cost only the depreciation of the equipment. Mm-hmm. Yes, the depreciation cost for these 12 months, if it will be for 12 months, the project.
Mm-hmm. So the actual content would be kind of experimental work using consumables on equipment we have, not building a new stuff.
No, this is the idea, that we are looking for solutions that have already been developed, and we would like those solutions to be either further developed and for sure implemented in an operational environment. So it's not for building up or developing from zero, but already existing solutions that would like to be tested and implemented in an operational environment.
Okay, thank you.
So if we decided to use already developed solutions, then we cannot apply.
So the idea is that no, it's that we are looking for solutions that have already been developed and are up to are around TRL 6, and we would like you to take them from TRL 6 within the project and implement it and test it in an operational environment, take it up to TRL 7, 8 or above. So we are looking for already developed solutions.
Is there any platform where we can find, maybe find candidate partners from other countries from the consortium?
No, as far as I know, there is not a platform such as this. But you can find, as I said, Simon, would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah, yes, if you allow me, Thomas, we
Yeah,
don't
sure, please, go
offer we don't offer a platform for matchmaking in this case, but for every region covered in this call, we have regional contact points, and obviously, when you are looking for a partner, you can contact your regional contact point, and he or she can help you to find a partner within your region or from other consortium partners.
Okay, thank you.
So for the question in the chat, so both the presentation and the recording of the session will be available to all of you after the end of it. There is a question, what are the criteria for SMEs? Could you please be a bit more specific?
Hello, my question is for the SMEs, there are different criteria already in Germany, for example. So what is the exact definition that you call an enterprise, an SME?
Yes, Simon, please go ahead.
We follow the European definition of SMEs, and you can find a link to test whether you are an SME or not according to that rulings in the terms and conditions.
Okay, thanks.
Are there perhaps any more questions or any clarifications that you might need? Okay, if not, then as I've mentioned, both the recording of the session and the presentation itself will be available to you after the end of it. For any further information that you might need, you can contact the regional contact points. As I've mentioned, you can find the list of the regional contact points in the terms and conditions, the document that you can find. I will actually share with you the link where you can go and find the terms and conditions in the chat. So in the link that I've shared, you can find the document itself for all the information, the further information that you might need. And I think that this is it. It was shorter than I was expecting it, which is always good. So thank you very much for participating. Thank you very much for your time. And we remain at your disposal, both AFL and all the partners from HighFive, for any further questions. Thank you very much. have a good rest of the day and a very nice weekend.
Thank
Same
you.
to
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.